Social media detoxing. It's a thing. It's a real thing. And pay attention, it's really hard to follow. You ready? Do you know what social media detoxing is? You sure you're ready? It's like this. It's not being on social media. Yes, it is that simple. Have you tried it? I try it all the time. It's amazing. There's like no pressure to post at all. And you know what? My head feels happier and lighter. Now, before I go any further, I am not dissing anybody at all. I post all the time. There's a particularly large amount of pressure on me to do so because of my profession. And I do enjoy it when I do. However, I have found that through personal experience and now increasing studies have come out to prove that there is an actual connection between anxiety and posting on social media. And I have felt this anxiety. So, as a rule, every now and then, I simply don't post. It's really easy. Just don't post. You're not going anywhere. I think what it does is it relieves me of the pressure of planning the posts. And it really allows me to just be in that moment and enjoy what I'm doing. Sometimes, what I even do is if I'm really not in the mood to post, but I really feel like this is a beautiful shot or a beautiful meal or a really pretty dress, I'll take the picture and then post it later. Yeah, it's like magic. So recently, I haven't been on social media for about a week, and I got really sweet messages from people asking me and saying things like, "Where are you? You haven't been on social media. Is everything fine?" And I really appreciate it, but I really also do encourage everybody to try it because you know what? You're going to be okay. It's really quite liberating. Now, if one part of this is not posting on social media, the other is not checking it altogether. Aha, that's the tricky part, isn't it? We are all experiencing an information overload every day of our lives, and the effects on our brains is not really the best. Seeing everyone posting only the highlight reels of their lives, constantly being exposed to the worst in the world and our country, looking at or engaging in antisocial behavior are only some of the many mood modifying experiences that social media induces. Speaking of social media experience and exposure, I wanted to talk about 3 times that you shouldn't use your cell phones. Now, these are 3 times according to me. This could be different for different people. And I'm sure that there are many times that you really shouldn't be using your cell phone, like when you're driving. I'm talking to you, I know you do it. Well, don't. It's not safe. But the 3 other times you probably shouldn't be using your cell phone are: number one, as soon as you wake up in the morning. I know this is really hard, and I know a lot of you set your alarms on your cell phones. So it's hard because you put your alarm off or you snooze it, and the minute you turn it back on again, you're like, I'll just check. Gone. 15 minutes of your life. First thing in the morning, you've been spamming the gram. Or you read a stressful email and the rest of your day is just ruined. So just try. I know it's hard. I just do some breathing exercises instead. Or you know what? Go put on a nice song. So, first thing in the morning, no cell phone. Second thing, last thing of the day, no cell phone for like 10 minutes before you go to bed. Again, this is not just me talking. Scientifically speaking, staring at that screen actually can give you vivid and bad dreams. And for people who have sleep anxiety and other such conditions, it can actually make matters worse. I'm not saying you shouldn't use your phone to get a nice guided sleep meditation going. Don't get me wrong. But just staring at the phone before you go to sleep at night, even if you have the blue light filter on, not a good idea. And number 3, this is my personal favorite and one I feel very strongly about: no cell phone while you're eating. And I'm not ashamed to admit that my mother was the first person who made this a rule for me. And I'm so grateful to her for doing it because it's changed everything. Now I'm breathing while I eat and I'm not stressing out. Of course, there are times when I am guilty of sometimes being on my phone while I'm eating a meal. And yes, I do get yelled at by Yolanda, that's my mom. And I'm still trying to encourage you not to. So, here's what it is. At the end of the day, this is not an anti phone, anti social media PSA. Far from it, in fact. This is just some things that I've learned to help me have better relationships with my phone, social media, my people, and the world around me.